Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Ravi Thanki, Company Secretary of Integra Engineering India Limited, joining the 42nd Annual General Meeting of the company from its registered office situated in Halol, Gujarat. I hope all of you are in good health and eager to participate in proceedings of the meeting. Before I start introducing board members and KMPs, I would like to thank all the stakeholders for showing their continued trust and cooperation. Now I would like to introduce you to the Board of Directors of the company to you. Firstly, we have Mrs. Corinne Rixtel, Chairperson and Non-Executive Director of the company. She is also Chairperson of Corporate Social Responsibility Committee, member of Stakeholders Relationship Committee, Nomination and Remuneration Committee, and Audit Committee. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Ravi. I am Corinne Ruckstuhl, joining this meeting from Interlaken, Switzerland. I welcome you all at this 42nd AGM.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we have Mr. Adrian, Non-Executive Director of the company. He is also member of Stakeholders Relationship Committee and Corporate Social Responsibility Committee. Sir, please.
Hello, everybody. This is Adrian Oehler. I'm joining this meeting from Braille in Switzerland.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Mr. Shalvitia, Non-Executive Independent Director of the company. He is also Chairman of Audit Committee, member of Stakeholders Relationship Committee, and Nomination and Remuneration Committee. Sir, please. Shalvit, sir, I think you're mute. Yes, sir. Now you are unmuted. Please, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ravi. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Shalin Devetia, joining this meeting from Mumbai.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Mr. Rahul Diwan, Non-Executive Independent Director of the company and member of Audit Committee. Sir.
Thank you, Ravi. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rahul Diwan, and I'm joining this meeting from my office in Mumbai.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Mr. Bharat Salotra, Non-Executive Independent Director of the company, Chairman of Nomination and Remuneration Committee, and member of Audit Committee. Sir, please.
Thank you, Ravi. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Bharat Salotra, joining this meeting from Delhi.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Mr. Mahendra Sanghvi, Non-Executive Independent Director of the company, Chairman of Stakeholders Relationship Committee, member of Audit Committee, Nomination and Remuneration Committee, and Corporate Social Responsibility Committee. Sir, please. Sir, I request you to unmute yourself and then go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm Mahendra Sanghvi.
Yes, sir. Now you're audible.
Joining this meeting from my office in Rania, Gujarat. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Mrs. Komal Solomon, Additional Director, Non-Executive and Independent of the company. Ma'am, please.
I'm Komal Solomon, joining this meeting from Mumbai.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we have Mr. Jayesh Mehta, Additional Director, Non-Executive Independent of the company. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Jayesh Mehta. I'm joining this meeting from my office at Baroda.
Thank you, sir. Further, I would like to recognize the presence of the following persons: Mr. Bhavin Karya, Chief Executive Officer, and Mr. Kunal Thakrar, Chief Financial Officer, joining this AGM from the registered office of the company at Halol, Gujarat. Mr. Parin Shah, Partner, CNK and Associates LLP, Chartered Accountant, Statutory Auditor, and Mr. Devesh Pathak, founder of Mrs. Devesh Pathak and Associates, practicing the Secretaries and Secretarial Auditor. Now I request the chairperson to proceed with the meeting.
Thank you, Ravi, and a very warm good afternoon to the esteemed shareholders in India. I welcome you all to this meeting. As confirmed by the company secretary, requisite quorum is present in the meeting and proxy is not allowed in the virtual meeting. The Ministry of Corporate Affairs and Securities and Exchange Board of India have issued circulars from time to time, inter alia, allowing conducting of annual general meetings through video conferencing and other means, dispensing with the personal presence of members. Accordingly, the 42nd annual general meeting of the company is being held through video conferencing in terms of aforesaid circulars. The members are requested to participate on first-come, first basis, and participation is restricted up to 1,000 members only. I think we don't have any issue with that. we're far off the 1,000 members. And exempt for this are, of course, audit committee, promoters, large shareholders, auditors, and so on. In compliance with the provisions of sections 108 of the Companies Act 2013, read with Rule 20 of the Companies Rules 2014 and Regulation 44 of the Securities Exchange Board of India 2015, members are provided with the facility to cast their votes electronically through the e-voting services provided by CDSL on the resolution set forth in this notice through remote e-voting and e-voting at the AGM. Requisite registers are open for inspection electronically during this meeting.
Ravi,
Now-
you're on mute.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request the chairperson to address us.
Yes, we will go ahead with the chairperson speak. I will just share the presentation. Can you all see the presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Integra Engineering, your reliable partner in developing and manufacturing sustainable mobility solutions. I welcome you again to our 42nd AGM. Just before we start, a short disclaimer. Of course, this information or this presentation has been prepared by all the information available as on today. We cannot take responsibility for any forward-looking statements right now. There's no guarantee of future profits of the company. What are we going to talk about today? I will again give you a short overview of the company and an update on the rolling stock market, which is most important for our business. A short update on where we stand with our business strategy and products. Some financial highlights, and then some information about activities that we've taken on with regards to infrastructure and productivity enhancement. And last but not least, also our actions with regards to sustainability and further development of the company. As you all hopefully know, we are dealing mainly in the rolling stock space as a supplier of solutions to big OEMs in the railway space. So we are having main customers such as Alstom, Crompton Greaves, ABB, Siemens, and several other big multinational, but also several local Indian players such as BHEL and Meta. We are supplying to them different railway panels which are used in locomotives or in wagons or metro trains. We are also embarked on metro interiors. As you can see in that pictures, different sheet metal solutions that are installed in the interior of the trains. And we are also still supplying railway control systems to Indian Railways. We have several certifications. Quality is very much important for us. And with that, we have several certifications, just as the standard ISO certificates for processes, for health and safety, and also specific certifications that we have embarked on for welding and adhesive bonding and CE marking that is especially important for the business that we are dealing in. A short overview on the rolling stock market, our addressable market. As you might be well aware, India is a really booming railway market. It has the fourth largest railway network in the world, and it has the third largest metro network in the world, and there's still a lot of investment and development going on. Of course, the flagship train of the Indian government, the Vande Bharat train, the goal is to manufacture or have in operation 4,500 Vande Bharat trains by 2047, and some of them are already operational successful. Also, normal rail bogies will be converted to be able to be used as Vande Bharat standards and comply with safety and convenience for the comfort of passengers. The Railway Ministry has been increasing the budget year by year and has in the last year has had a record allocation of 2.55 lakhs crore for railways, whereof about 41,000 lakh crore are used for rolling stock only. Metro, there are many cities coming up with new projects. There is also a large budget allocation, and as you can see, there are already close to 1,000 kilometers under operation, but another 1,000, more than 1,000 are under construction and even more under planning. Let me just... Our business strategy and products. If we are talking about growth areas, our target is first of all to strengthen the existing locomotive business, to continue our focus on metro project and Vande Bharat trains, to deliver panels and interiors for those trains. We are also looking at expanding our export business with components for locomotive and metro trains through various OEMs. And we also plan to add the value addition in our existing products with additional wiring and assembly solutions. To be able to achieve that, we are continuously enhancing our infrastructure and manufacturing capabilities with special process know-how and tools. We also aim to increase our operational efficiency in order to be able to cater to the rising market demand and supply to the market possibilities. To be able to achieve that, of course, our main challenge and one of the biggest focus areas of the management is to create a strong team of dedicated professionals, to have a really good long-term stable team of competent people who can make this happen. Apart from that, of course, we are also working on digitalization in the value chain. With regards to that, for example, we have implemented a barcode system in the workshop that allows us to trace all the goods throughout the manufacturing process. And we also don't want to forget sustainability on that path and take care of long-term measures related to labor and environment. Here, I'd like to give you a short overview of recent products and solutions that we have developed for our customers during the last year. On the very left-hand side, you see a panel which goes into EMU trains in India. In the middle, you can see the two dark black solutions that are panels which go either on top or under the train, which have been manufactured for customers in Spain, which go into global projects in Australia and other markets. And on the very right hand, you can see a panel which goes into a metro train, and that is with a visible surface, such as you can see in trains running day by day. Our financial performance, you have all received our annual report, so you're very well aware of our growth during the last year. We have been able to increase our order intake and revenue substantially again over the previous year. Our revenue close to 160 crore and order intake close to 160 crore and revenue 146 crore. Other income has also been slightly increased. However, profit after tax has been reduced compared to the previous year, which is basically due to a special tax effect, which was booked in 22-23, where we had an order received in our favor, which resulted in a positive tax effect, which is not there or was not there in 23-24 anymore. Here you can see the development over the last few years. We have been continuously growing our revenue, order intake, and also profit. As mentioned before, we had a special effect in the previous year. That's why our earnings per share is slightly lower in this financial year. However, also there, the trend line clearly shows a positive development over the last few years. You might ask yourself, why have we not grown faster? Looking at the enormous opportunities in the market, of course, we are aiming to grow as fast as possible. Nevertheless, our work is highly capital and labor intensive, and it's always a challenge to, of course, build the required infrastructure and at the same time hire qualified people to be able to execute the growth. Therefore, we cannot just double within a year, so we continuously work day by day to achieve this growth. Here again, you see the development of EBITDA, profit after tax that we have achieved during the last few years. And as you can see, the EBITDA in percentage of income, we have been able to continuously increase during the last few years. Now, I'm sure you will all be very interested to know the quarterly results. The last 2 quarters have been quite challenging for us due to a delay of various projects, some due to elections, some due to other factors of our customers. Nevertheless, we have been able to increase the income compared to the previous quarter by 6%, and also been able to slightly improve the profit for the period compared to the previous year quarter. To the previous quarter. In comparison to the previous year quarter, we've had the last 6 months quite challenging, as I mentioned, due to a delay of several projects. Nevertheless, we are hopeful that we will be able to catch up with some additional revenue going forward. As I mentioned, we need a lot of infrastructure to be able to execute our business and our orders. And we are happy to show you here a 3D model of our current capacity enhancement. The work for this new factory shed, which you can see on the right-hand side of this slide, or on the top left picture, also on the right-hand side. This is an additional big factory shed with 2 floors where we're building additional capacity to execute more orders. This is still under construction, but expected to be finished within the next few weeks. Apart from that, we have also been investing into a new office building, which you can see on the bottom left, to have enough space for engineering and all other related activities to be able to increase our revenue. During the last year, apart from building infrastructure, we have also further invested into manufacturing infrastructure. We have purchased a new laser cutting machine, various new bending machines, and also deburring machine, which all helped us to build capacity to further leverage on the business opportunities in the market. So more smaller equipment. One is a honeycomb press machine, which can be used for various interior panels or modules that will be going into metros. We have also invested into laser welding machines and a new CNC rotor machine. At Integra Engineering India, as part of the Integra Group, we set a lot of emphasis on sustainable operations, and we have a commitment to enhance our environmental health and safety aspect of our processes, products, and services continually. Together with the Integra Group, we have defined certain action points where we are working on. One is the carbon footprint measurement. The second is the eco design project, with the goal to design products in a most environmentally friendly manner. Then, of course, also very important for us is people. We want to be a very attractive employer for our employees, and we want to make sure that there's no child labor whatsoever used. Also, in line with that, we have aligned ourselves with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2030, and we are embracing this as a principle and fully dedicated to promote sustainability across the various dimensions, as mentioned before, of course, with the special focus on the 4 areas that I have just mentioned. Also, related to that, we have a CSR responsibility, and we have been continuously spending on CSR, mostly with the school very close to our factory. Also, in the last year, we have spent a significant amount for this school and to make the school and make the life of these children better and allow the school to function much better. We have installed new tiles in their playground. We have installed new windows because the whole infrastructure was in really very bad shape. Related to that, we have also done some electrical works and crack filling and structural paint work to make sure safety is always enhanced and there's no leakage and rain coming in. And also inside, we have done PCC and tiles to have a better environment for the children. Health and safety is also very important at our factory. With this, we have celebrated the National Safety Week at the beginning of March, where we have done several trainings and workshops for our staff to make them aware of safety. We also put a lot of emphasis on continuous safety, wearing helmets, gloves, glasses, whatever is required, and make sure that we don't have any accidents at our plant. We are also educating our employees on other safety-related things, just such as wearing helmets when riding a bike. So we really try to emphasize safety and longevity for all our team members. Another thing to show that we are taking sustainability very, very serious is that during the last year we have invested into a solar plant on our roofs to be able to harvest sun and natural energy to use our operations. We are very happy that this is been allowed, and we can now use a big part of our energy consumption from the sun. This will furthermore, apart from the sustainability aspect, also help us to reduce our power charges. Awards and recognitions motivate our team is very important day by day, and we have several competitions, and we are very happy to inform that Integra has won a gold award in the QCFI external Kaizen competition, which was about improving our processes, and this achievement shows our commitment to continuous improvement and learning, and of course was a huge motivation boost for our team to further find solutions to improve our processes and efficiency. Summing up, looking forward, we want to maximize the capacity utilization that we've now built. We want to innovate to meet market demands, optimize our working capital by doing so, of course, and also continuously work on improving efficiency and processes. The directors of Integra Engineering India Limited wish to sincerely thank all those who have supported us continuously. Very important, all the employees, day by day, you are putting a lot of great efforts for the growth of our company. We are very grateful for that. A big thank you also to our customers, with whom we really cooperate fantastically. Also our vendors that support us, and of course, all the investors that trust in us. Foremost, also Integra Holding AG Switzerland, that has put a lot of trust and support into the company. A special commendation again to all the team members for their outstanding performance, for achieving the record again, and making contributions to the growth of the company, but also to sustainable living. Thank you very much. Moving forward, now, since the notice of the meeting is already circulated to you, with your consent, it is taken as read. Now I request the company secretary to continue with the proceedings.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to inform the shareholders that there are no qualifications or reservations either in the auditor's report or the secretarial audit report, and accordingly, they are not required to be read. I request ma'am to continue further.
The annual report, along with standalone consolidated audited financial statement for the period ended 31st March 2024, have already been with you for some time, so I take the same as read. As you all know, the company has tied up with CDSL for providing electronic voting facility to the members of the company under Section 108 of the Companies Act 2013, read with Rule 20 of the Companies Rules 2014 on all the resolutions set forth in the notice. So all those members who have not cast their votes electronically and who are attending this meeting have the opportunity to cast their e-votes at the meeting. Your company has appointed Mr. Devash Patak and Associates, practicing company secretary, again also this year as the scrutinizer for the remote e-voting conducted from 14th July to 16th July 2024. They are also appointed as the scrutinizer for this meeting and will submit the combined result report. With your permission, I will now take up the resolutions which require members' approval. Ordinary business. Item number 1 of the notice relates to receiving, consideration and adoption of the audited financial statements of the company for the financial year 31st March 2024, together with the reports of the board and the auditors thereon, and the audited consolidated financial statements of the company for the financial year, together with the report of the auditors thereon. It is proposed to be passed as ordinary resolution. Now I request the company secretary to read the resolution as the same being ordinary business was not circulated.
Resolved that the audited financial statements for the year ended 31st March 2024, along with the board's report and auditor's report thereon, has circulated to the shareholders, be and is hereby received, considered, and adopted pursuant to Section 137 of the Companies Act 2013 and any provision if applicable. Resolved further that the consolidated financial statements of the company for the year ended 31st March 2024, along with the auditor's report thereon, was circulated to the shareholders, be and is hereby received, considered, and adopted pursuant to Section 137 and any other provisions, if applicable, of the Companies Act 2013.
Item number 2 of the notice pertains to the reappointment of Mr. Adrian Oehler as retiring director and is proposed to be passed as an ordinary resolution. Now I request the company secretary to read the resolution as the same being ordinary business was not circulated.
Resolved that Mr. Adrian Oehler, having DIN number 00360332, who retires by rotation and being eligible, offers himself for reappointment, be and is hereby reappointed as a director of the company liable to retire by rotation pursuant to Section 152 and any other applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013, if any.
Item number 3 pertains to the ratification of the remuneration of the cost auditor. Since resolutions in respect of rest of the business are already mentioned in the notice of the AGM, we can take the same as read. Item number 4 pertains to the appointment of Mrs. Komal Solomon as a non-executive independent director of the company for a period of 5 consecutive years with effect from 30th May 2024. Item number 5 pertains to the payment of commission to Mrs. Komal Solomon, non-executive independent director, within the overall ceiling limit of 1% of net profits of the company with effect from the financial year ending on 31st March 2025. Item number 6 pertains to the appointment of Mr. Jayesh Mehta as a non-executive independent director of the company for a period of 5 consecutive years with effect from 30th May 2024. And item number 7 pertains to the payment of commission to Mr. Jayesh Mehta, non-executive independent director within the overall ceiling limit of 1% of net profits of the company with effect from the financial year ending on 31st March 2025. I'm very happy to have you both on board, Komal and Jayesh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I hope this resolution is being approved by the shareholders.
Okay, moving forward, we have received a few questions and speaker registrations for this AGM. Before we proceed for that, I would like to request the speakers do not repeat the questions which are covered already in the presentation, giving a proper time to all the speakers. The speakers are advised to keep their video off in case there is any connectivity issue to facilitate smooth and seamless conduct of the meeting. So I request the first speaker, Mr. Dharmesh Vakil. Okay, okay. So the second speaker is Mr. Naresh Kachalia. Okay. The third speaker is Mr. Revant Singhal. I request you to please unmute him. He is visible. Thank you. Mr. Revant, are you audible? Am I audible to you?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much.
Please, please.
Hi. First of all, congratulations on the great year, and I appreciate that for you giving me the time. I just had some questions up regarding the financials and some expansion plans, and also your order book. So first of all, I'm gonna ask the order book and about the customers that you deal with. I know that about Vande Bharat and the New York Metro. So if you could tell us more about what the order book looks like and who the customers will be. The second question is about the expansion plans that you have. I know about the admin building and the new manufacturing facility, and if you could expand a little bit more about the expansion plans and your capital expenditure plans, and also if are you going to take on any more debt or any more plans to raise capital in regards to the same. Thank you.
So where should I start? With regards to our customers, of course, I have given you a short overview of different customers. One of our largest customers, of course, is Alstom, which is present in India and globally, and we are planning to increase business with them further. But there are also other rolling stock manufacturers such as Siemens, BHEL, Crompton Greaves, Spanish manufacturers such as CAF, where we are doing business, and our intention is, of course, to grow with all our customers and increase business with all of them. As on today, export business is still a small part of our business. We have a lot of opportunities in India, so we want to, of course, use these opportunities in India, but at the same time also do export projects and increase export business, because we see that this as a great opportunity to learn more and to be able to achieve international quality standards. As you've seen in the presentation, we have a big investment that is being done, about to finish with the new factory. Of course, that will require some more investment to finalize, but with this additional shed, we should be able to increase our business for the months going forward, if we are able to get the orders from our customers, of course. With regard to debt or financing, at the moment, we are able to manage it with our current working capital and generated profits. But nevertheless, going forward, if we want to grow further, we are currently exploring different options to finance growth and also to finance repayment of the preference shares, which is going to be due in fall this year.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hope this answered your question.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Now I request speaker number 4, Mr. Aspi Desania. I request you to please move him to the panelist. Mr. Aspi, can you hear us?
Can you see me and hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Yes, sir, now we can see you.
We can see you also.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
At the outset, I congratulate the entire management on good results. But due to deferred tax, profit after tax has reduced slightly. That is, profit before tax was very good. I hope you continue with the trend. However, first quarter, the year-on-year figures are quite down. The top line and bottom line both have gone down. So how do you see the current year going forward for the full year? And madam, how much is the capacity utilization now? And after expansion, how much do you expect by the end of the current year? I welcome our two new directors, Madam Solomon and Mr. Jayesh Mehta. And I also welcome our new secretary, Mr. Ravi Thanki. And I hope he is an asset to the company, because I talked to him and he was very polite and helpful. I am then coming to another question. I appreciate that you've not given any dividend and plowed back. There's no need for a dividend because unnecessarily we are paying high taxes on that. We have to pay almost 1/3 as tax. So you don't pay any dividend, just gives appreciation. Madam, then page 50, return on net worth has reduced from 34% to only 21%. So please take care of that. Return on net worth on page 50. Then page 101. How much will be the capex excluding the new plant which has come up? Which will be coming up, and how do you propose to finance it? Because your loans are quite high already. And secondly, about the how much percentage of our income comes from railways? And I would prefer to you to reduce the dependence on railways because it's a very difficult to handle institution with all corruption right from top till bottom. And how much are the orders on hand as of today? And how much of those are from the railways? Is our parent not in anything other than railways? I would like you to concentrate on other than railways. Madam, our parent holds only 54% shareholding. So is there any plan to increase it? You can go up to 75%. And 2% of our shares are in unclaimed suspense account. What is that? Is it IEPF? So please help the shareholders to get those shares back from IEPF if possible. The new secretary has come now, he should do that work. And try to ensure that the unclaimed dividend is also paid to the shareholders before it's transferred to IEPF. Because it doesn't go to anybody other than the government, which I wouldn't like. I would like the actual owners to get it, if possible. Thank you very much and all the best for the future. And continue with the hybrid meeting so that we can also attend from Bombay.
Great, thank you, Mr. Ausby. Thank you very much for your appreciation. That is very much valued. And of course, we will try to continue with the hybrid meeting as long as it is allowed. I think that's makes it much easier for everyone to attend. That is really very helpful. Now, coming back to your questions, I hope I've been able to note everything. Let me just try to answer. With regards to capacity or going forward, as I've told you, we have built a lot of capacity, of course, physical capacity in terms of buildings, but we have also further invested into manpower. And the last 6 months have been quite challenging due to delays from our customers. We cannot say exactly how this is going to change in the next 6 months or next 9 months, because we are, of course, dependent from our customers. But in case they are ready to lift material and are able to execute the projects, we are set to increase our business and deliver the required products. So we are right now not at 100% capacity utilization. We still have some possibility to further increase the revenue with the existing setup. Of course, return on net worth, this is also important from us. We want to have a sustainable development of the company, so we will further focus on that. CapEx, in addition to the shed, I cannot tell you the exact number right now. I think the major investment currently is, of course, the buildings, but we can maybe get back to you with this information separately. You're talking about railways. We are dealing, I think, almost 100% in the railway market and metro market, but in most cases, almost 95% of our revenue is not done with railways directly. We are dealing with the OEMs that deal with railways. So we are supplying to Alstom, Siemens, and so forth. So we are not facing the challenges with railways directly. We have, let's say, more or less reliable multinational customers. However, they are also impacted by railways. So if there's a delay with the project, this gets reflected back to back to us. Regarding the parent shareholding, of course, we are aware of this possibility. As of now, there's no plan, but we are always discussing this option as well. And your last point was regarding the unclaimed dividend suspense amount. Of course, we are trying our best to make sure the dividends or these shares are going to be claimed back. However, we've not been paying dividends the last few years, and we have many small, apparently small shareholders from many years back. This company has been running since the 80s of the last century, and many of those shareholders cannot be found anymore, unfortunately.
Ma'am, with your permission, I would like to add something.
Yes, please, Ravi.
The shares actually lying in the unclaimed suspense account are not those which are transferred to IEPF. So the thing is that we had issued new share certificates at the time of capital reduction. So those share certificates are not delivered to the shareholders and has returned back to the company. So company in compliance with the SEBI guidelines has transferred those share certificates which has returned back to us to a separate account named as unclaimed suspense account. So the company is regularly entertaining claims from those shareholders who are claiming back their shares from that account. And we are also sending annual reminders to the physical shareholders whose KYC is incomplete so they can get their shares dematted at the earliest. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you, sir. And I hope to see you again next year.
Yeah, all the best for the future.
Thank you. Same to you as well.
The speaker number 5, Mr. Hitesh K. I would like to unmute. I would like to request to unmute, please, Mr. Hitesh K. Sir, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible, please.
So I had a set of questions. I've already emailed you. If you want, I can repeat them myself.
Let me see. Yeah, maybe you can quickly.
Okay, I can repeat them.
Maybe just if you can just repeat whatever's not been answered yet, that would be great.
Sure. So I would like to know what is your revenue contribution between your top customers. It would be helpful if you can quantify that number. Second question is, do we cater all the metro line manufacturing lines of Alstom and Siemens in India or not? The third question is, given our capabilities, one were to consider the coach line of a metro, what is the value of metal sheet components and panels that we manufacture are used? If you can quantify this figure as per coach, it will be very helpful. And same goes for a Vande Bharat metro train. So Stadler Rail recently commissioned their plant in Telangana. Do we have a good chance of winning their business given our Swiss association with them, or the location would be a disadvantage in any way? My sixth question is, in the annual report, you have mentioned a 70,000 square feet new facility. So this is more than the existing size of setup. Does this imply that we are doubling our capacity, and when will be the new facility commissioned? My seventh question is, within metro line, could you please talk about the new product development specific to that metro line? And my eighth question is, what is the opportunity size you see in the supply of relay projects of the Kavach program that is being implemented by the railways? And what is the share of the business that the Integra can target to get? My ninth question is, can you just quantify your revenue profile between metro and Vande Bharat trains? And my 10th question is, there is a sizable increase in the employee cost in FY24, close to 27%. Even in FY25 Q1, there was an increase of employee cost by 20% year-on-year basis. However, the AR mentioned only 820, only an increase of 25 employees compared to last year. Can you please explain what led to this increase? That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Hitesh. I will get back to you. So regarding the contribution of the top customers, of course, we are having big multinationals, as mentioned before. As of now, our largest customer is Alstom Transport India Limited, and they're very strong in the market as of now, having the largest market share in the Indian metro market, and this is why also they are having the biggest share in our revenue. CG Power and Industrial Solutions Limited has also been a very important large customers, and Siemens as well. This, of course, this fluctuates all the time from quarter to quarter, depending on what railway projects or metro projects are ongoing. At the moment, we are supplying to 4 metro rail projects of Alstom's in India at the moment. Siemens, they don't have any metro projects running in India. However, we are supplying various enclosures to Siemens for their locomotive manufacturing. You asked about the value of the components that we can manufacture for a metro coach or for a Vande Bharat coach. This, of course, depends on the scope of supply, and that is always decided by the customer from project to project. So this is very variable. Nevertheless, our goal, of course, is to increase the share of components and to be able to supply as many components as possible for these products or for these coaches. So, for example, initially we have just supplied panels. Now we have added side walls, back walls, luggage racks. So we are continuously trying to expand the range of products and the value addition that we are doing for each coach or metro train. You've asked about Stadler Rail. We have been in discussion also with Stadler Rail, of course, them being a Swiss company as well. It is our understanding that Stadler so far is not very successful in India. They have not won any tenders yet. So we don't see any immediate business opportunity. Nevertheless, of course, we are in continuous touch with them. And in case they are able to win a project in India, I'm hopeful that we will be able to win them as a customer as well. You asked about the facility that we are having. So our existing constructed area is near to 1.8 lakh square feet, and we are right now constructing 70,000 square feet additionally. So that will add close to 40% in our existing area. So we will really substantially increase our space that we can use. However, so far we were really, really short of space. So we had a lot of challenges to be able to move and keep all the material. And the new facility will be operational within the next few weeks, as I mentioned, about 1 to 2 months. That should be ready and being handed over by the contractor to us. You asked about the new metro product development. Yes, as I mentioned before, we have got order for several interior components for the Bhopal Indoor Metro project, for the MRTS Metro project and DMRC Metro in the last 8 to 12 months. And in addition to that, we are also supplying traction and other enclosures for those projects. and we are in discussion with our main customers to develop components for the Vande Bharat train as well. Then your question regarding the Kavach program. Actually, Kavach is an automated train protection system, which is an electronic system, which is not part of our business. We are not having any electronic interlocking system. We are, however, supplying metal to carbon relays, which go as components into that system. But these are just very few relays that are installed with this system. So I don't see that this will have a huge impact on the company growth in the next year. And then you asked about the increase in employee cost. Yes, we've increased the strengths, but of course we've increased the cost a bit over proportionately, mainly due to the hiring of additional qualified and experienced people coming from our customers or competitors who have a lot of experience in the railway market, senior people, management people, and this has led to the overproportionate increase of labor cost. And of course, we also have the yearly increments that are also there, and increase in labor minimum wages and so forth. I hope this answered your questions, Mr.
Yeah, this answered my question. Thank you. And that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Hitesh. The sixth speaker is Mr. Hiren Shah. Can you please unmute him? Okay. The seventh speaker is Mr. Ayush Agarwal. Mr. Ayush Agarwal.
Hello everyone, I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Yes.
Great. First of all, ma'am, a very detailed presentation, and thank you for that. It gives us a lot of perspective of what's happening in the company. It's very nice to see the new building, which is up and coming and looks world class, to be honest. Most of my questions have been answered in the previous participants' questions. Just trying to understand more on the capacity expansion that we have done. If like you can mention that, let's say our current capacity was 100, what will be the capacity going ahead when we start this new facility, and how much have we spent on this facility? So that will help us understand the potential from the new facility. Second is, if we have done this analysis of the existing Vande Bharat trains which have been rolled out, and what has been our market share for the components that we have supplied to Vande Bharat, that is one. And similarly, if we have done some analysis on the metro side of things, just trying to understand where we stand in terms of competitive intensity, and what is our market share in both Vande Bharat and metro projects for the components that we supply, major components, which is panels especially. So that is the second question. The third question is, in the annual report, it was mentioned components for locomotive propulsion systems. So this is, I think, the first time we have mentioned this. Is this a new product? And what is the opportunity here in this particular product? And my final question is, what are we doing to develop more customers? I understand we are already working with MNCs and world-class customers, but there are other rolling stock manufacturers in India which also have good market share on the railway side of things especially. So what are we doing to develop them as customers and increase our business with them, given the huge opportunity which was already highlighted in the presentation? So these are my just few questions from my side.
Thank you, Mr. Agarwal. You have not shared your questions in advance, is that correct?
That is correct, ma'am.
Okay, so I just hope that I have been able to follow up with all the questions. I will try to answer as well as possible. So first of all, you asked about the capacity and how much more we will be able to do. Unfortunate, we are not having just one or two products where it's very easily measurable how much we can do more, because it really depends on order and from order to order, and the size which is required for the products to be handled in the manufacturing area is different, as well as the revenue per product. So it's very hard to say. Nevertheless, as mentioned before, we have substantially increased the space, and of course, it is the goal of the management to increase the value addition in that space as much as possible as well. So we certainly see possibility to increase the revenue substantially as well. You asked how much we spent on that CapEx. It's about 40 crores that we have overall approved for the expansion of the factory. You asked about competitor intensity or competition. There's no, for our kind of business, unfortunately, there's no market report which says what are the competitors and what is their market share exactly. We see that there are several we have like two different kinds of competitors. One are larger companies such as us that are quite professional, and of course there are also smaller sized local, not so professional competitors. If we are talking about components for locomotives, traction panels, I think we have a very good position in the market, a strong position. If we are talking about metro interiors, we have continuously developed our position. I wouldn't say we are a market leader in India. There are still many other suppliers as well. There's also Chinese competitors, but we are continuously growing our market share. With relation to Vande Bharat train, so far we have not been supplying components for Vande Bharat. We are just developing those right now. So we, of course, have a growth opportunity there as well. I don't know, Bhavin, do you want to add anything from your side?
Yes, I can say that yes, there are various customers who are dealing with the Vande Bharat, like the Medha had started with the Vande Bharat trains, and now Alstom and Siemens also got the orders for Vande Bharat. So we are supplying the components to the Medha for the Vande Bharat projects, but now Siemens and Alstom are developing the Vande Bharat components. So we are the partner for the development of those components. So that's why we are saying that we are adding our components a range with the Alstom as well as the Siemens also.
And if we are talking about not tackled customers yet, I think we are supplying to most of the OEMs in India. There are just very few, such as BEML, where we are not supplying yet. So we still have some scope to further increase this range as well. And of course, also with global players, we are already supplying to many of them, apart from Stadler and some Chinese manufacturers that we've not been able to supply until now. Has this answered your questions, Mr. Agarwal?
Yes, ma'am. All of my questions have been answered. Just one final, if you can answer this. Do we see, like, given the opportunity lying ahead of us, do we see Integra becoming a 500 crore top line company by the turn of this decade? Is that the goal or target like we are working with?
Of course, we are continuously reviewing our strategy and our target. As you rightly noticed, the market is huge, and we see some growth opportunity. However, we cannot quantify it exactly, since we are still in a contract manufacturing business or in we don't have our own products we are supplying to our customers, so we are dependent on the growth of our customers as well. But of course, our target is to grow further. Nevertheless, it's not just revenue which is important for us. We also want to grow profitably and not just increase our top line. So whatever projects we embark on, we always have profitability in view as well.
Great. That instills a lot of confidence in us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear members, we have arranged the e-voting facility at the AGM also. So those shareholders who have not been able to vote during the remote e-voting period may vote at this time after the AGM. It will be available up to 15 minutes from the conclusion of the meeting.
Thank you, Ravi. With this, the 42nd AGM comes to an end. I would like to
add, ma'am.
Yes, sorry.
I would like to add, I would like to request Mr. Devesh Pathak of Mrs. Devesh Pathak and Associates Scrutinizers to give instructions for e-voting at the meeting for all business set forth in the notice. Devesh sir, can you please?
Thank you, Ravi. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Perfectly fine.
Yeah. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I would like to share a few instructions relating to e-voting. As rightly said by Ravi, this e-voting would be available in the AGM up to 15 minutes after the conclusion of this meeting. Those who have already e-voted now are not entitled to vote. And lastly, those who have logged in to attend the meeting are only entitled to e-vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pathak. Sorry for jumping to conclusions too fast.
My pleasure. Thank you.
With this, the 42nd AGM comes to an end. I would like to thank all the shareholders. I am very grateful for your time, involvement, all your questions. That is also very helpful for us and gives us a lot of guidelines on what we need to emphasize on. I further hereby authorize the company secretary to announce the voting results within 2 working days of the conclusion of the AGM and to intimidate it to the BSE. I declare that the meeting is concluded.
Thank you, ma'am, for chairing the meeting. I also thank all the directors and auditors for attending this meeting. Last but not the least, I would like to thank the shareholders for attending the meeting. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks,
you.
Corinne,
Thank you very
for
much.
chairing the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you.